This video went up early for YouTube channel members. Well, the hits just keep on coming for Super Sega, folks, because now it seems like Big Daddy Sega is getting involved into the mix with this. And I can't say I'm super surprised, especially with kind of how things have been going with this. So if you're unfamiliar with what the Super Sega is, this came out, I want to say it started to pop up around the summertime. And this was allegedly going to be a brand new FPGA system that would play everything from Sega SG-1000 games to Genesis Master System, and then all the way up to Saturn and Dreamcast. So pretty much every Sega console that was released was going to be played and played well via FPGA cores on this system. And it seemed cool at first. You know, we got a glimpse of like the FPGA cores running and stuff like that and all that sort of fun stuff. But sometimes things in life seem a little bit too good to be true. And since then, it's been kind of just spiraling out of control. They've rented Lamborghinis to show you that they have money. They smoke cigarettes in front of the demonstration, which I used to smoke cigarettes, so I'm not going to hate too much on that. But there was even one shot where they were smoking a cigarette in their underwear, and you could see it in the reflection in the screen. There, of course, were camera cuts in the videos that made absolutely no sense unless you were trying to hide something. But now, like I said, Sega's getting involved. This is a article done by Time Extension, and shout outs to Time Extension. They did a great review of my Art of N64 Wrestling Games book. I'll have a link to it in the description box down below. Makes a great holiday gift. Sega is trying to shut it down. They want all the units to be destroyed. Sega has approached Alejandro Martin, the lead behind the project, the mad scientist guy with the lab coat on, asking for the Super Sega name to no longer be used, all prototypes and units to be destroyed, the closure of the Super Sega website, and details on units sold and money generated by the project so far. The team behind the FPGA-based system, which supposedly plays SG-1000 all the way up to Dreamcast, had said it wasn't concerned that Sega might step in over the name and had an open dialogue with the Japanese giant on the topic. And that's something we talked about. They actually wanted licensing from Sega and to include Sega in this project. And I said that that was a bad idea because of the fact that if you're licensing with the Sega branding, Sega's going to want a big cut of the money. And obviously, the price of the unit is going to go up itself because that was something we were kind of a little bit unsure of. They were saying like, 250 euros or something like that. But as time went on, it got higher and higher what they would need. And the demonstrations and videos got worse and worse. And they told you, oh, we don't know how to make videos well, but we know how to rent a Lambo. Martin has told Time Extension that a name change will be considered, but production will not be stopped unless Sega is prepared to cover cost, expenses, and what consumers paid. Martin tells us if Sega does not agree to these terms, we think we will continue. Are you a moron? Are you an absolute dumbass? Because we already know that you took money from people. It was supposed to be like you would just put a few euros down, and then that would kind of make it so that you were going to pre-order one, or you would have the ability to pre-order one at a lower price point, at an introductory price point. But then you took the money from people. I believe you took it from Video Game Esoterica, and you took it from Slope's Game Room, who were just interested in, putting down the minimum to get the potential to be able to pre-order it. Now, I think that both of those individuals understood what they were getting into. I think that that was money that they were willing to part with if something were to happen, just in case, because a lot of crazy things and a lot of weird things started popping up with this situation. But who the fuck are you to be like, you need a cost and expense? What cost and expenses? Your board allegedly was missing like main components of it. Your box is a crappy printed box that looks terrible. Like there's no thought or care going into the design. The system itself, we haven't even seen a working system. What costs? What are you talking? These people are delusional. These people are absolutely delusional. Martin says that he intends to proceed with the project via a Kickstarter campaign. Oh, man, don't you get those Amico feelings going? This will generate funds in addition to the cash, which has already been taken from those who pre-ordered it, but later found out the full cost has been charged. The team behind the project shared a new video with Crazy Taxi and Dreamcast being shown off. So this guy, Sega's giving him a chance to, be like, yeah. And look, if you piss off Sega, you done fucked up, bro. Sega is probably one of the coolest companies when it comes to things like this. Generally speaking, they do not care. They love they don't care about fan pro. Yes, there are instances where they do, but for the most part, they don't care about stuff like this. They don't care. You know, do your thing, cool, enjoy it. But I think Sega saw like the Super Sega name, and that kind of put a red flag into it. Because of the fact that you're using the Sega name. You're using a very similar Sega font as you see here. So what that is that's potentially tricking people into thinking this is an official Sega product. And when you do that, and the quality, and you're taking money from that's the big problem here. These fan projects and stuff, Sega doesn't care about those. Hell, sometimes they hire people like Christian Whitehead to work on actual official products that Sega does. Sonic Mania. It's different in that situation because there's not a transfer of money. You are basically ripping off people with your shitty product that doesn't even work. I think we can all agree that it's smoke and mirrors right now. There's reasons there's jump cuts and stuff like that. I can edit these videos better, and I can't edit for shit. But there's a reason why there's smoke and mirrors with this. There's reasons why you are doing things the way you are doing it, and it's a bad look on Sega. You're essentially just scamming people. You're trying to take people's money and, you know, do whatever with it. I don't know what you're doing with it. Buying more cigarettes, buying more underwear, you know, buying more controllers. You had a controller with like wires exposed in it. This is just absolutely fascinating to me. And you know what? I'm glad Sega's getting involved because Sega's kind of in a resurgence phase right now, man. Like Sega's been doing really good. If you want more information on this stuff, because I feel like I've said all that I need to say, I'll have a link to Video Game Esoterica. I believe that's how you say it. Their channel in the description box down below. Be warned, he talks very fast. If you're watching this Video Game Esoterica, I like your videos. I watch a lot of them. Slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit, homie. Like, I think I talk fast, but holy shit, take a breath. Relax. Relax. You can get your point across because it's kind of distracting. But yeah, Sega, thank God they're stepping. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Why do I have to have an Allen key to do anything? I wonder if there's a jump cut. Let's see. Little laggy, of course. Now, are you playing? That's the thing. Like, you could just be running an emulator on this. Look at me. I'm doing this. Like, who are you? Who are you to counteract what Sega says? Who are you? Now, that's probably the most convincing demonstration that they've had this far. Oh, we got our pack of Marlboro Reds and our lighter, though. We got some disc games here. This is... Stop it. Stop it. Stop the madness, folks. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for visiting me here on The Stash. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you are new. And yeah, I lost my train of thought, and we're just going to roll with that. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.